Welcome back to Taiwan in Focus. I'm EthanLiu. The Lunar New Year is around the corner, and the Overseas Community Affairs Council has always encouraged schools to hold banquets for overseas Chinese students during this time of the year. It hopes these ceremonies will not only teach them about Chinese culture, but also help them appreciate their ancestors more.
Many universities and junior colleges have organized Lunar New Year banquets and sacrificial ceremonies for their overseas Chinese students ahead of the upcoming winter vacation. OCAC Vice Minister Roy Liu recently attended National Taiwan Normal University's celebration. He used the opportunity to inform the students about the employment matchmaking service the OCAC will launch in April for Taiwan businesses and overseas Chinese students. He also thanked the school's personnel for their assistance. The students also performed songs and dances during the celebration. There was also a raffle sponsored by the OCAC. The grand prize was an iPad mini, which was won by a Malaysian overseas Chinese student. Tamakang University also recently held a Lunar New Year celebration for overseas Chinese students. The students were treated to a drum troupe performance. OCAC Deputy Minister Tian Qiujing attended the event, where she encouraged the students to study hard. She also helped to select the raffle winners. The event concluded with a group photo.
When people think of interpretation, they tend to think of English or Japanese in Taiwan. But as the number of workers and immigrants from Southeast Asia grows, there's a need for their languages too. Now, a group of Southeast Asian immigrants has taken on the task of interpreting, running from one government office to another. Now, let's take a look at their one typical day.
Dressed in traditional Indonesian clothing and carrying a backpack, Zhang Huifang steps confidently into the work area of the Taipei Immigration Office. She changes into a vest, puts on her ID badge, and puts up a sign on the counter letting people know that the interpretation service has begun. Zhang is an immigrant and Indonesian interpreter who has been in Taiwan for many years.
我长期住在台湾是20年，那当初呢，在台湾也没有什么叫做通译。一开始来的时候，当然我们很多姐妹是来到这边早期的姐妹，就是很辛苦。当通译的话，当然是可以帮很多移工啦，或者移民，或者姐妹们，就是新住民姐妹们刚来的时候语言不通的时候，我们就可以帮了很多在。任何方式啦，比如说包括他可能他家里或者要到医院，当先生没有时间陪太太的时候，或者没办法请假的时候，虽然比如说来了1-2年，但是当你跟医生沟通的时候，那个跟医生沟通的方式又不一样，那边很多专有名词。
Zhang Huifang understands the difficulties and frustrations that come with being unable to communicate in a language. And so, once her children were grown, she used her linguistic skills to get into the interpreting business. She started out in Hualien before moving to Taipei. Here, you can find her in both the immigration agency and the Taipei City Hospital, helping Indonesian speakers take numbers, get questions answered, and fill in paperwork. One of the people this service has helped is overseas Chinese exchange student Chen Han-sheng.
Karena teman-teman sebelumnya udah ada yang belajar di sini, jadi saya direkomendasikan untuk ke sini. Katanya Taiwan baguslah untuk memperdalam bahasa Mandarin. Indonesia hebat karena orang Indonesia sendiri mau memberikan pelayanan kepada orang-orang yang dari Taiwan maupun orang-orang yang dari luar, dan baru aja pemerintah Taiwan peduli, dan orang Indonesia sendiri yang udah lama tinggal di Taiwan mau juga membantu tanpa.
In addition to the ever-popular English and Japanese, more and more government agencies that deal with foreigners are starting to offer interpreting services in Southeast Asian languages. This shows that Taiwan cares about making sure the growing number of Southeast Asians living here can communicate. In addition to Zhang Huifang, there are groups of immigrants from places like Vietnam and Thailand that are getting into the field of interpreting. But each government agency has its own system. Zhang Huifang hopes that in addition to giving certification to these professional interpreters, the government will integrate the systems used by different departments.
希望是说能够统一啦哈，当然是假如专业度的话或者专有名词的话是不一样，因为像现在所有的通译，你在每个单位，比如说在移民署，你就要上移民署的课，好，那在民政局可能你就要受过民政局的 课程，在卫生局就是要受卫生局的课程，但是里面是很多是可以学一次就够了。
Zhang Huifang is also a member of the Taiwan Judicial Interpreters Association. She goes to courts that need interpreters to assist Indonesians involved in legal cases. In line with standard practice, the courts pay her 500 NT dollars to cover transport costs. But they overlook the fact that these interpreters aren't there as volunteers helping with simple everyday communication. They are professionals who need reasonable pay and legal protections.
一般的商业口译它的行情是这个的数十倍之高，我们不是没有人力，我们是没有人力愿意投注这一块。那这一块就是因为它的制度的不足，或是说公部门各行其政。那我们希望去整合这些问题让大家提出一些解决的方案。
Founder of the Taiwan Judicial Interpreters Association, Chen Yunping, has been an interpreter for more than 10 years. There is a big difference between legal interpreters and the volunteer interpreters working in government offices. In criminal and judicial cases, interpreters need a high level of precision. A small mistake can destroy a person's life. Chen Yunping still gets upset when he recalls the case that has left the deepest impression on him.
因为我们通译人员本身不客观、不公正的关系，造成了案件一点点小小的疏失，到后来变成整个生命都没有了。我想这些东西都是一些我们必须要回过来检讨的。
Government agencies that need interpreters, non-governmental groups that work with immigrants, and translators associations all attended a public hearing hosted by lawmaker Lin Lichan to give their views about where Taiwan's system for interpreters is lacking.
因为我本身以前是那个外事警察，他也就是常常做司法通译这一块了。那我们接触到许多的通译人员，那我觉得说他们都有一些委屈了，好像今天这个会他们也讲出很多东西，那我想帮他们。那除此之外，我更想去帮助案件的当事人，因为我的职业是我在服务这些外籍人士。那当他在刑事诉讼的过程当中，我觉得语言不通确实是有很大的困扰。那我们台湾如果说没有建立这个制度的话，那我们怎么跟全世界各国说我们很重人权？
Lawmakers Lin Lichan and You Mei-nu both supervised the public hearing. Lin Lichan herself is an ethnic Chinese Cambodian, and before she went into politics, she spent more than a decade as an interpreter. The linguistic obstacles and issues with interpretation faced by Taiwan's growing Southeast Asian community are issues that are close to her heart.
在台湾的移民新住民就大概有51万多人，那大概有1/3之多的东南亚的新住民，那移工的部分大概有60几万。那我们知道说，不管是外籍的旅客，其实也非常多。那我们看在我们台湾的通译口译的这一块的就是不完整，所以不完整是就是各部会做各的，那所谓的。就是报酬的部分也没有去做一个就是评估。
At the public hearing, Zhang Huifang holds up more than 10 licenses issued by different government departments. Each has a validity of only 2 years. Zhang Huifang and her fellow interpreters have to run between different government departments for classes, but while they spend long hours on professional interpreting cases, they don't receive reasonable pay. At this public hearing, they made their voices heard and hope the government will treat what they say with importance. Zhang Huifang flips through an Indonesian textbook she helped edit as part of a government program. Language is the most important tool for fostering exchanges between people. Even under the current system, with all its flaws, these interpreters are still willing to use their linguistic expertise to serve their fellow countrymen in Taiwan. They hope to help integrate others into Taiwan society and to bring Taiwan and Southeast Asia closer together.